All right, we are live. This is the MiniGrinder. Today I'm going to be painting Reaper's Snakeman Warrior. I apologize for not doing this at. Oh, it is 8:30. It's almost 8:30 exactly. Whew, I'm early. The clock upstairs informed me that it was 8:35, so this is perfect. So what do we got? First, I got to see if anybody's going to join me this evening. Um, there we go. So right there is the Snakeman Warrior. I am just going to screen share this. Hey! Let's not screen share that in the future. Again, technical difficulties. Just getting used to using some of this stuff. So, which Google window do I want is the question. Maybe it's this one. Nope, it's not that one either. Well, that's fine. So I'm just going to go check out the... One second. I'm going to go check out the forums to see if anybody cares there. And no love from the forums. I know I'm new in the forums and in the Reaper message boards. I'm really not all that scary, and I have a sweet, epic beard, which I may show you right now, actually. Pretty sweet, pretty epic. And I'm in my basement. The kid is asleep, and it's time to go to work. Let's see here. So what I did was last time when I had done this, I had just I didn't even have the coat of paint on. It was just the bones. So I had to put down a base coat, which looks sort of like this, right? And then what I like to do is I like to do a dry brush with white, kind of like a frosted or some other lighter color. This gives it a frosted look. Look at the comparison. So it's sort of like a hybrid dark primer with light highlight. It's really nice to do because then you can see a lot of the details pop out that you wouldn't normally. If I have enough time, then I'm also going to paint this marsh troll, which I've already frosted him also. And actually, I'll show you the process. Here is the gunk. And you can just really see all the detail pop out. Like in this marsh troll, I didn't notice it before, but there's like a little, see the little head right here? There's a little head there. So that's pretty sweet. I'll actually show you the dry brushing technique. So I'll just grab some white, which is all the way over there. I'm not going to need a bunch. Get your dry brushing brush right here. Load her up. So I don't like using just a bunch on there. Again, it's all about getting the right amount of paint on the brush. That way, when you blast it, you can just let the details paint themselves. Right now there's just powdered white on there. Let's get a little bit more. It's good to smear it around there, work it into the brush. You kind of want to like always work perpendicular to the surface that you're dry brushing. That's so the brush really catches on the edge there. Sort of defines a line and creates nice hard lines. Nice. So, I mean, that doesn't take long at all. Comparison. It really just gives the detail just a pop. Watch if I do it right here on his chest. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on there you can't necessarily see. But this chest is some pretty wicked. The more detailed, the less paint you're going to want on there. Just slowly build it up. This is going to be the necromancer that I'm going to pit against my players on the Saturday night show. Right here. So again, there we go. It just gets all that detail just to pop right there, which is really nice to start out with because then it really gets you to planning. Um, it's easier to plan what you're going to do when you see what the details are. So it's nice. So yeah, hybrid primer, essentially, what that is. All right. So back to the Snakeman. Let's see here. Hey, there we go. So again, nobody loves me. In the Reaper forums. Like I said, I'm new. I understand. I understand. There I am. Hey, but I do got a lot more views. So there are a lot of me just refreshing. Who don't have a life? But yeah, I think you can watch it right here. Let's check it out. We'll go and mute it because it's going to be time lagged. Hey, it works. Nice. Well, that's good to know. Oh, yeah, nice. Totally sweet. Anyways, so I really hope that in the future, maybe somebody from the community would join Talks and Miniatures with me. Also, this isn't just, I'm not doing this just for the community, but I'm also doing it for myself. A lot of the stuff, this is how I kind of fund my hobby. I do sell a lot of the creatures. A lot of the characters I do like this person. One second. Here, I'll screen share right here. Like I probably won't sell her. Actually, this is this is the fire breathing chick from the live stream. The only way that gets sold is if I kill their characters. So if I kill them, that's it. That's permadeath. I'm selling the miniature. But aside from that, I really just like I like gaming. I always have. And my brother introduced it to me. I think I was maybe 11, 12 years old. And today we're working on a book. He's been working on it over the course of the last like 15 years. And I'm trying to contribute as much as I possibly can to it. But that book is the Valentia role-playing system. And here you can download the book and check it out. And now keep in mind that it is in a uh, kind of a beta stage. It'll be getting updated, but it's really awesome. Good layout. He's working on the layout currently, so it's sort of in a transitional state. But if you go to Facebook, you can go to Valentia RPG on Facebook and like him there. And he'll update, when he updates the book, he'll let you know through the Facebook. And let's see here. Obviously, there's my channel. Please like and subscribe. This is what I'm going to do in my free time, so that's where I'm at with that. And getting on to the Snakeman Warrior. So, first thing I usually do when I'm looking up a a texture, so I just go to Google and then I do an image search for snake. I just typed in snake into Google, did an image search, and I found this little guy. Now it's kind of an interesting texture. I'm probably not going to be able to reproduce that, obviously, but that's kind of like what I have in the back of my head now. This is a nice image because it gives me a look at the face, and then also the texture on the back and how that's sort of arranged. It seems like you have on the middle spine you have the sort of patchiness, one lane of patchiness, and then you have another lane below that. So that's that's the effect that I'm gonna go for with the Snakeman, and it probably will take me about, from start to finish, it should be less than 2 hours. Should be. We'll see. We'll see about that. So let's go ahead and get started with that. We might have somebody join us later on. He's a friend of mine. We studied physics together. Then later studied math together, which is going to happen when you study physics. So let's get this. I'll try to keep it in frame, but I'm not looking at the video feed when I'm painting. Okay, so still have some white here. I could crisp up some of these parts, but it doesn't really matter. Let's just go ahead and start with the eyes. So, what do those eyes look like? And I could do something interesting with them, make them blue or something like that. And they are kind of blue on the picture. They're like a slate blue, actually. That could be interesting. Let's go ahead and hit it with a slate. Let's see what this color is. Twilight blue is what I'm using. Okay, detail brush out. I do need to get new brushes. These are dead. I gotta get a new brush every 2 weeks or so. I usually buy multiple at a time. Okay. So I actually want it a little thick on the brush. This twilight doesn't pick up as well. it doesn't really hurt the fact that I had that white dry brushed. I mean, you're gonna highlight this stuff anyways, usually. You know. Thankfully, the eyes on the snake are about 4 times as large as Norrock's. Oh my god, it's a nightmare. You just kind of fray for. So I'm gonna just mix a little bit of that white in with what's on the brush, and then there's a lot more than what I expected. Hmm. Let's get that. Get a little bit more blue. Okay, here's some nice wet blue, which is quite wet. Yeah. That twilight blue. That could be interesting against the dark brown. Which could use a bit more highlight. Kill a little bit on the bush. Yeah, some touch everything. I realize that. I hope I'm loud enough. I, I should be. I can actually get this a little bit closer. Hopefully I'm not too loud. That's also an issue. I sometimes I talk quietly. Still more highlight on this eye. I mean, it's not often you get eyes this big. You might as well enjoy it. We'll see. That might change. I don't know. So again, just I'm not going to do this every single time, but I'm going to go ahead and reference the snake. And what we got is shades of brown and something in between. Obviously, I'm going to be using the aged bone. I don't want to still have that. Yeah. And then just grab some random. We use dark skin and earth brown aged bone. So the colors are really vibrant, and which kind of makes me think that I should really slather it on onto the miniature. The snake skin. I mean, you don't see this. You don't see the nooks and crannies on snakeskin, you actually see the scales glimmer. Let me bring this up so I can so you can really see this. I'll screen share this thing again if I can figure out how to do it. There we go. All right. You see, you don't see like you don't see the nooks and crannies. You see the highlights, the white. So it kind of makes me want to actually really layer this in. And so it means all the dry brushing that I did was pointless because that's going to be the final step there. But it's always it doesn't take long, and it's good to see how the detail is. You know, it's easier to see where his belly goes all the way down. That's obviously going to be different. So, okay, so let's do that. So really throw this down. This is sort of how I used to paint. Let me make sure I'm actually okay. It's a good thing I made sure I did that. You almost just got to look at the snake for a while. So this is not something that you would normally do. At least I wouldn't. I used to sort of paint like this. It was very thick, and I mostly rely on dry brushing more so now than anything. And you just got to be careful what you're putting in the face area. So I am going to go up a little bit on the neck. That's just because we have to do some blending. I usually always start with skin. Time to get to work. Let me see the mouth. Yeah, okay. We're going to have to get the rest of this thing. I should get headphones so I can listen to music while I do this. I'm always listening to music while I do this. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush the white on at the very last step, probably. Let's see how that works. If I screw it up, I screw it up. It don't matter. It's good to think about things like, what should I do first if I want to get this effect? You know, I don't. I never considered what snakeskin looked like, actually. before that moment. So we have some weird kind of, hard to tell, right here. What is plate mail and what is underneath? I think I'm safe to say that that's okay. I'm gonna go brush this a little bit. I kind of do want that part dark. Anyways, doesn't matter. We can actually, well, have to wait for it to dry, but we can actually test to see if this will look good with a white dry brushing over it. Before we commit. Yeah, I want it really thick. You don't have to be very precise at this stage. So what do you guys think about that crappy graphic at the beginning? Huh? That took me like 20 minutes. And I was kind of like, man, I don't want to make one of those things. It'll take me like 20 minutes. It's so lazy. It looked nice, though. It did. I think. It looked better than nothing. Yeah, I don't know. A degree in applied mathematics, but I'm a stay-at-home dad. And this is what I choose to do while I'm at home. I clean and cook and all that stuff. I love making pizza. Actually, I have a fantastic pizza recipe. Um, I'm trying to do things at home to still create some kind of income. Just at one point in time, I decided that, you know what, I should just sort of make a career out of what I like to do at home. And this is one of the things. It's not what I want to say it's a career, but you know, better than sitting around just playing video games, which I do like doing. Actually, I did a little bit of that today. There's one particular game that I'm really excited about because it relies heavily on some of the mathematics that I really enjoy. Um, Called No Man's Sky, I believe. It's really cool. You should check it out. It's basically a seamless go on a planet. You're on a planet. There's like wild flora and fauna on the planet, and you can get into a spaceship and then fly into space seamlessly. And then go to a different planet seamlessly. So there's evidently an entire procedural galaxy full of planets. Everybody will start on a different planet. Nobody will actually run into each other. Uh, okay, so for the arms, uh, I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with the aged bone also on that. But I'm going to dry brush it rather because I want it to be the color of the belly, right? But I want the belly to be the one that's really highlighted. I want that. I mean, if we just, you'll see what I mean. If I just lightly layer this on, I like to build it up. I don't like to. This is how I prefer to do it, or I build the color up. Now I'll go around and I'll fix the seams later, but so I like to do the skin first because then everything else usually goes on after that. You usually have your skin on before you put your clothes on. You know what I mean? I like to go that route. This time it's less awkward painting. There we go. Camera in my face. The camera is essentially, I mean, my head is angled at a 45-degree angle, looking at the Snakeman warrior, and about 3 inches from my face, horizontally, maybe maybe less than that, probably less than that, maybe about 3 inches from my nose, actually, or less, is the camera. Oh, see, that's all close. It is to the snake man. It's awkward painting like this. There. So there. Take that. Oh, don't forget the hand. Does anybody else paint miniatures this fast? I So far I haven't met every time I tell people how long it takes me to paint a miniature. They I'm usually like, what? Why do you spend all day doing? Something only take you a couple hours. Like this guy should only take me a couple hours. I don't throw him on the floor and screw up the job. Okay, so that's actually pretty good and dry. I'm going to go ahead and dry brush some white on there. And I actually still have a lot of aged bones still on the brush too. Uh, let's switch to my dry brushing brush. Always have a napkin nearby to dry your brushes off. Do all that. That right there is exactly why I need to buy brushes every 2 weeks. Yeah, good as new. It's looked like that for a while. Okay. So I just rinsed off the dry brushing brush. It's still pretty wet. This thing isn't saturated. I could live with that, actually. I kind of need a little harder lines, though. I would prefer harder lines. I need more white. The white dried up. When I dab, I don't dab much usually unless I know I'm going to be using a bunch. I want it harder. There we go. That'll look better than just flat. That will look better. So I'm sort of going against the grain, basically. So I can pick up that whiting on the brush. There's not very much on there, basically. If that can happen, I'm gonna have to go back over it with some more aged bone. Aged bone is my khaki color that I usually go to. It's my go-to khaki. I could buy khaki, I'm sure, but it works. I mean, if you don't mix your colors, you should really get into it, actually. It's a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get our base color down for the snake. The base color. I kind of it should be actually aged bone. Looking at the thing, let me show you what I mean. There we go. If you look, it looks like the dark splotches are actually on top of a slightly darker. So I'm going to mix some tanned leather with the aged bone and basically fade it in like that. And that'll be our. I'm going to exaggerate that difference, that color differential there, from the belly to the back for the base color. I'm going to exaggerate that slightly. So there. That's what I'm going to do. Palette. Here. Okay. Oh. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, I'm just going to layer this on thick. Remember, I want to. Just the white right there. It's important. Always ever important to wash out your brush. Unless you want to keep that color in there. Sometimes I like to keep the color in there, you know? And dry it off. And you gotta watch that water on the stem of the brush too. That's key. You know, we all do this differently, probably. You know, because I already put the H bone up the side of the scales. There's a nicer transition there, actually. I'm just throwing it down. Paint a happy little scale there. You know, I actually watched a lot of Bob Ross growing up. He was like an idol uh, me for actually a while. And then I went to art school initially. Well, I went to school to be an art teacher. And I had natural talent in drawing and that. And my teachers begged me to go into fine art. And I switched over to physics. Art people were kind of pretentious. I couldn't handle it. Just wasn't for me. I don't know what the reason is for that story. I don't need a reason to tell stories out. Oh, Bob Ross, yeah. Of course, Bob Ross. So I got to art program there, and everybody else was trying to find deep-seated meaning in what they were doing. Everything that you, it was like to verify their capacity to learn. They had to do this. You know, it was the only way that they could verify it. So it just felt like rehashed. Like you're not the only person who can come up with a nice idea about things or have something to say about the world. Everybody does it. And I've heard some people that have no degree in art have some pretty awesome opinions. People that don't have degrees at all have awesome opinions. I like to go to diners and stuff like that and listen to old guys talk about whatever. Sometimes it's hard to wade through the history. You know, there's such a difference in upbringing and what was going on in their prime years than what was going on in mine. That differential is hard to distinguish sometimes, but Mm-hmm. So it's hard to keep track of what the tail's doing. Yeah. But it's pretty much doing that all the way around, I think. It has a little rattle on the end of his tail. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back through and fix a lot of these spots. I mean, when you're just laying down color, you just need to get it down. Other stuff can come easier. It's going to be easier to hit that again, anyways. That I'm actually gonna put too hard there. Okay. Um. I'm gonna go back with the edge bone along the seams. And complete the color gradient, basically. Okay. I'm gonna have to hit this with the white again. That's okay. That's easy enough. I'm gonna be hitting the whole thing with white again. Anyways. It's a lot of what I do is just plan out the attack, basically. As I'm going through. Uh, this might be where a lot of people stop and say, "Oh, look at all that detail there. Oh, it's quite nice." No, no, no. But and then obviously paint the male and the bows and the bow and arrow in the back and stuff. But as far as the skin goes, but this is just, it's just the beginning, really. So I'm gonna probably incorporate some of that. Yeah. Some of that yellow or that tan leather mix with the H-bone into the arms. That's nice, actually. That's actually quite nice. It's like really dry right there. I can get some more. Ooh, I'm gonna put more down anyways. I'm gonna put more of this down too. I could actually increase the color differential even more by going down with another layer of tanned leather. I think I am going to do that. But before I do that, I need to make this part situated. Oops, not away from me. Okay. So we're gonna hit this side too. I watched Bob Ross for hours as a kid. If I could. I don't know what it was. It just always seemed so easy. He could always do it in 30 minutes. You know? Or however long the show was. It seemed like it was 30 minutes. That's what you call Jedi reflexes right there. I just caught that thing about a foot below where it dropped. Okay, yeah, let's get that. I'm gonna go a little thick here along the spine for that. I'm gonna be careful. Spine actually changes. And right here. And then it goes around there. That'll make it easier whenever I have to do the first set of blobs down the back. Okay, that's good enough there. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at okay, so it looks like the blobs on the outside have a dark color, black or dark brown. I think I'm just going to go for a dark brown. Let's see if I can reach the black. Okay. Yeah, we all know what that sound is. I'm not going to get too crazy with the head yet, because I'm going to have to really, okay, but I do need to look, okay, interesting. So I'm going to pull out my detail brush. Wait, it's all the way over there. I'm just loading it up with black. Now keep in mind, you have to have room for other bits along the side. And the one thing you got to keep constant here, I think, is the distance in between, or the space in between. A lot of the lines that I noticed Uh, it had sort of the same width. I'm actually doing this with black, but that's okay. Higher contrast value. And we were probably like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" You just gotta go with it, man. See, the thing is it's all about layers. Again, we have that nice, smooth differential between the tan leather to the aged bone, but it's gonna look really complex when we put this pattern over that. And then of course at the end, we will hit it with the white dry brush. It's gotta be a hard white though. Hard lines. Okay. Well, I might as well do the other parts too. Well, I'm not doing the whole pattern. I'm not gonna need the black. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a dark skin and finish the pattern with that from there. I'm not being too particular about these splotches. I'm just sort of letting the scales define their shape and orientation. Mm. Again, you'll have to excuse my sausage fingers. I'm a big guy. I realize that. But I also did a 3 mile walk today. I hope my son. I took my son's training wheels off his bike. Also, it was actually a pretty good method we used. I was just basically pushing him down a grassy hill. It was a nice smooth grassy hill at the middle school nearby. But if he fell in the grass, which was much nicer than the pavement. He needed equipment on, but he was really afraid of falling, you know. But at any rate, I'm not active enough. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Stop bothering me about it already. Think my mom had me on a diet since I was in third grade. At some point in time, I basically learned I actually lost about 80 pounds in the last year, but since Christmas, I haven't lost any. That kind of sucks. But realize that it's not, you don't have to go on a diet. What you have to do is just change your diet, basically. Okay. All right, dark brown. You're up. Or I'm sorry, dark skin. And when I'm referencing names, I'm referencing Reaper paints. I when I order miniatures, if I order them from because the local comic store uh, that sells miniatures, if they don't have it, I order what I want. But when I order, I always order the paints along with it. Always nice enough to throw in a sample paint too, which is quite nice, actually. So I'm just gonna basically try to not outline the black all the way. I realize that is gonna happen. But good actually. First one through. I'm probably gonna have to do hit it again with the earth brown, which hopefully will bring it together. Now this looks all very cartoony right now. Actually, it looks a lot like leopard print too. It looks very cartoony because it's all flat surface paint or flat paint areas basically. The only depth that you're seeing is in the model, and it's not being helped because there's no uh, dry brushing. So I'm going to take a break here in a moment, actually. Just a quick break. And check forum, see if anybody wants to join me. It's going to be a lot more entertaining than just me rambling on. Hmm. Actually, it's not a new thing for me to get paid painting miniatures. Um, Growing up, my brother, he has a website business right now, but when he was first starting it, he got a deal to do Ralph Parther's website. This is right when Ralph Parther went under. And he received from them a large shipment of miniatures. A very large shipment of miniatures. I got to paint all of them. But he would pay me to paint them. Piddly amounts, really, in comparison now. But, you know, I'm used to that. So you can start to see some brown in there. It's really going to come out, though, when I hit it with the earth brown. I'm now thinking that the yellow is, or I'm sorry, the tan leather is far too yellow. Maybe it won't be that way whenever I hit it with the dry brush. You know, it's possible. Another thing I can do to really dye it down is before, just get dry brush it with the aged bone. That actually could work, and then have the white dry brushing sort of fade into that. Okay, I'm also getting lost here in what I've painted. Earth brown. We're probably about, what, an hour in? Yeah, we're about halfway done. Just about. Okay. Oh. Oh. Let's do that right now. I said I'm gonna take a quick break, but I'm gonna do it. All right. Yeah, that's better. Not too harsh. Yeah, I wanted it exaggerated, but it was just a little too much exaggerated for me. I usually don't like to go exaggerated, but it's fine. It's working out fine. It's still looking really nice, actually. Look here. Watch this. Here's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Okay. It works its way in. And again, we're lending to that white dry brushing. And instead of doing, I'm actually going to be doing a gradient in between, color gradient in from the, because right now I'm dry brushing H bone. So I'm going to go from H bone to white in the dry brush technique. Yeah. I guess just to get some sand or something. But a lot of people, I guess, would you do like green. I mean, when I think of snakes, I think of boa constrictors and that kind of rattlesnakes and copperheads and you know, copperhead would look sweet actually. If this is painted as a copperhead, that would look awesome. So let's see if I can do something a little bit better. It may actually focus. It may not. And paint all over me. Come on, focus. It'll either do it or it won't. Don't matter. Okay. Oh, goodness. So yeah, right here we are, the message boards. All right. Oh, it does that for the reason. Oh, and still no love. Yeah. And we got one person watching. It can't be. I don't think it's me. Somebody's watching. All right. Quick break. Always good to get up and stretch. Still no focus. Oh, that's because it's not on auto. There you go. I'll return shortly. I don't have to fall down the stairs. Okay. looking pretty good. Although I think I'm going to go with a true blue in the eyes, and then highlight it. Most likely they're big enough to where I can pull that off. And the twilight will make a nice base color for that, actually. Okay. Move my camera. Okay. So let's gotta be careful with. Okay. I'm just sort of reinforcing what's underneath that edge bone slightly. Not really going to do it too much. Just reinforcing that it was there. We didn't want the edge bone to take over the whole gradient. That's why we're sort of beating it back a little bit, defining these little splotches, these color splotches. I don't even know what the hell we call these. I don't know snake anatomy. I don't even think that's anatomy. It's just like a design. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit it with the hard white. Let's see how that goes. I guess I could go in and do every little individual scale, but that's ridiculous. We're going to let physics handle the problem for us. Hopefully. Sounds like I'm gonna have to get some white soon also. I want to use all the white one. I'm gonna keep it kind of thick on there actually. There we go. There's the tip. And we'll do it again. I'm trying to be very careful with only going one direction. Yeah. The other thing that I'll do is really I hit this pretty good with the matte sealer. Actually, it's getting to be about that time to clear matte sealer. Okay, that's pretty good. And that should probably hit his face. Gotta get that face. So that's a lot more cool looking. Might take 2.5 hours, 3. Go. Okay. This is kind of an interesting. Okay, so it has like a right down. This pattern right here is probably what will either make or break the piece. And the people are going to look for a head to relate for a coolness factor, you know. Bling! Sorry about that. Okay. And then right through the eye. Okay. If that's the case. I need more black. Just a little dab will do you. You most likely waste it anyways. Okay. That'll do. Okay. And this very black. Okay. And off the eye. Comes. Okay. So, boo boo that's gonna bother me. I don't fix it. Okay. So need to bring that out around the cheeks. You're gonna have to excuse me for a moment. I'm focused on how to get this. Put too much moisture on the brush. How to get those lips just right. I think the easiest way I need to basically dry brush with a little detail brush. That's not going to happen. Oh, it's working. All right. Again, I'm not too worried about screwing up those other eyes because I'm going to be changing them anyways. I think if I had a choice to do this over again, what I would be doing right now would be dry brushing everything instead of doing a thick bit. I'm trying to glaze it with the glaze it with the white dry brush. I want to make it very clear that I'm not trying to tell people how to do. I'm just trying to explain how I do it. If that makes any sense. Okay. I just don't know if I like the oh, that was looking. I do, however, think that it's a fine looking dude. And again, well, I have to go through and now dark wash a lot of areas because of how we did this. I want some contrast in between the plates. Moisture in that. Moisture in there. I'm tempted to just dark wash the belly. Because that's pretty much what you do whenever you screwed up and get it dry brushing off. Dark wash it. It'll give you a second chance. It will help create shadowed area around some of the seams. That's what I'm doing, is just cleaning up some seams. Shit. I almost made it through the whole thing without cussing. Alright. Still a chance to save it. There we go. Uh, okay. Poor brush. Gotta whip it back into shape. Well, I probably won't be able to get through the marsh trail tonight because my brush is dry. Which sucks. It's no longer a fine point. What if that is? It's a good thing I don't really have much more detailing to do. Okay. Oh, what the heck? How did that happen? Where did I get blue at? Well, this is the way it goes. If you don't screw up. That totally sucks. Okay, we're gonna let a lot of stuff dry there because I just used a bunch of water. Trick to doing things fast is, don't use a bunch of water. Mm. Frosted effect. It's better when you actually try harder. Looking good. I'm just using some of the black that was sitting down there. You know, just came out of the base. Okay, that's good for that. I swear, that's maybe I can do this there, actually. I think I'm gonna go with that screw up and create a highlighted sort of area. Right there. And then right there. Nice. Okay. What do we gotta do? It's not like he's wearing a bunch of clothes, you know? That should be easy enough to accomplish. I should probably just do one of these deals. Take this off. Oh, see, I screwed it up again. So you wouldn't believe what I just did. But I actually used saliva. Rub that off. Fix that before it got stupid. I'll fix that seam with some dark wash. So we gotta get some. Sometimes what I like to do at this stage is go back through and put black down and all this stuff out to get it a nice even coat. But I think what I'm gonna do is just dry brush some black. Carefully. Might save some time. I mean, I'm gonna be going this in anyways. Again. Well, sometimes it's just nice to start with a flat color. I don't want any extra bits on the pieces, basically. And it only usually ever catches on the outside here, so that's why dry brushing is just the big way to go right here. That's really it. There's not much else on this thing. I was looking at it. I thought it wouldn't take too long. A little jeweled there. We'll probably make a color combo with the blue eyes, and we'll put that blue right on his gauntlet also. I don't like that situation. The inside of the gauntlet. I'll show you in a second. Get that back in there. Inside the gauntlet right here. So I'm going to go in with the fine brush and hit that also. And I just want all the seams nice and dark, basically. Nice even coloration. And I will even go back through and draw a white dry brush on top of that black that I just painted. I wanted, but I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and for the pack, I'll use the dark skin. As a base color. I'm just dry brushing this on a thick. Actually, for all the leather bits, I'm going to go ahead and hand wood and put down this dark skin. And we'll see how it changes. Now we have some options for the armor. Some lined. I don't know if it could be leather plates with that's like way too much. It's okay. They were just sort of building up. Okay. Dry brushing the bow. Sound smooth. Switching over to the finer brush. The double aught. I don't know if it's double or triple. I have to fix those seams again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How's it going?
Just gonna paint some happy little lizard men. They're being shipped to England to a man named David Icke.
Oh my god. There's a...
When we're done, they're gonna look like U.S. presidents.
Oh my god. So, welcome, Bird. How you doing?
Oh yes, I'm here now.
Yeah. I've been here for a while.
I see that. It is very painty.
I mean, it's... How's it look there on your end?
Little pixely, but I don't think that's your fault.
Yeah.
She's got some very blue eyes.
Yeah. I like that contrast. Some lizard men shipping off to David who?
Icke?
That's hilarious.
You know David Icke. The reptilian race has disguised himself and taken over the planet, you know. You've never heard this, have you?
No. Oh, no, I have. It's...
Oh, that's why it's even funnier.
That's why it's funny. Some people.
Oh, is that washer you got at the,
Hardware store?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked like it. Nicely done.
Yeah. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm actually going to...
Waste this paint right here.
Waste right there.
You know, it's a happy little tale.
That's right.
You know.
Okay. So those are really flat colors right there. I'm going to go ahead.
What are you talking about? It's a 3D figure.
No, but the color is very flat.
Not if you put it on a... This is
What?
just a topology problem. It's not flat anymore. It might be locally flat. Globally, it's clearly not.
Right, yeah. I don't think this is quite a topology situation.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
then. We could make it about general relativity and talk about flat space, curving flat space around something else.
Better, we can do that. No.
We could draw a light cone.
Stupid light cones. When did you ever have a light cone?
I've always got a light cone. Hello.
You finish your business?
Some of it, yeah, I got some done.
Yeah.
Well, what I would suggest, taking some titanium white, mix it in just a little bit of cadmium yellow, just get it in there, put some bling on that lizard man.
The bling?
Well, it's nice sunshiny on his back.
Yeah. Is that, can you see that sunshiny aspect?
Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like a nice yellow ochre.
It's, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yellow ochre.
Yellow ochre. Well, I had all kinds of things to say before you showed up. So I took the kid out, took his training wheels off today.
Yeah?
Yeah, you should have saw him. It was funny.
You push him into the street?
No, we. You weren't there. We didn't have the decency to do that to him.
Oh.
There. Yeah.
Well, we did. Your brother and I did conspire to put him in a tree.
Yeah, he wasn't about to do that. But
It was not all about that.
no, no, he didn't grow up out in the country like I did. And you,
Hmm.
he,
Yeah, grew up in that bustling metropolis of Kent. Tree City, USA. Trees everywhere.
trees everywhere. Tree City, that's right.
But I mean, who would have thought to ever climb one of those?
I don't know. There's no climbing app on his tablet.
I've climbed trees on campus, and they sometimes will frown upon that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't know you're doing it.
Wait,
Sometimes,
are you talking about like on the high school campus?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, I was a juvenile, so it doesn't count anymore. Well, even on the main campus there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The main campus. Yeah,
Yeah, there's some pine trees there, but those aren't good for climbing.
yeah.
Only for hiding you if you can't find a public restroom. Make the restroom in public.
Did you know Jeff? One time he was walking up the campus, and he had just like finished a coffee and a cigarette, and it hit him, and he had to go right then and there. So he like, I don't know if you saw where they added all the new walkways or whatever. He um he took a dump right there, actually,
Now, that's impressive.
in the gateway in between the university and like just. He said it was early enough to where nobody was around paying
It's
attention, so he just.
pretty absurd.
Uh, yeah, it was absurd. Totally absurd. Oh, it's getting there, Bird. It's getting there. It's nice of you to show up right when it's all done. Huh?
Yeah, it's getting there. That's one down, and at least one more dozen to go
So are you gonna Bird here? He for all you people
that aren't us.
that aren't us. Was the one person watching you by chance?
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah, there's one person watching.
It's not me.
Hey!
We do have a guest.
A what?
Oh, I would call it a guest, unless it's a jerk, and then I don't know who it is.
Maybe it's a jerk.
No, you're right here, and you said you weren't watching.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll see. Da-da-da.
oh, look. Camden City Public Schools needs a physics teacher. But that's in New Jersey, and you know what I say about New Jersey.
Lots of nice things.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Good place for Jersey people to stay, I guess.
I don't
So
know, Bird.
beer. Let me read you this job title that's posted here. Career-based intervention instructor.
What?
It's a career-based intervention instructor.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Bird.
Yeah, I'm not eligible anyhow.
Because you're... I mean, it's a different state. They might not know.
Oh no, that was for Akron, and
Are you trying to move into our extra room?
well, I know that that's an option
Yeah.
that is beneficial to me if I need it, and beneficial to you.
Yeah.
So you know,
And then you would be almost guaranteed, you know, I think
massive headaches.
massive headaches. Yeah. Guaranteed massive headaches. Yes, you wait for me to find my words. Often. No, it shouldn't be as bad as when you lived with us before. When we were yelling at each other a lot more.
Yelling at each other when you yelled at me, right?
I yell at you all the time, but that's because you like poke me with a stick. Whenever it's convenient for yourself. Right?
Oh yeah, all the
Right?
time. Yeah, that's right.
Often enough. Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Oops.
Pretty crazy.
Maybe I should just go get me one of them fancy custodial positions.
They're nice.
I know.
I don't know if it's less BS or more BS.
Oh, it's just regular S. No bulls involved. Achtung! They have a German opening at the Mahoning County ESC. Not sure why I said Achtung, but probably because it's a German.
Does a math background get you into that?
9.
Well, that's
That's
funny.
right.
'Cause, like, doesn't a German background get you into math?
Ha ha! Ask Bernard, he'd know. Gottfried. Okay. Check.
Heck,
I'm telling you, Mr. Higgins there.
yeah,
If you need to pursue a different career, possibly in education,
yeah.
at the secondary level, this method is
Win-win.
fairly costs appropriate.
So how much? So how much did it cost for you to get into the?
Between everything I did, about $500 total.
That's not bad.
That includes one standardized exam, one transcript evaluation, the entire course, and I ran a miscellaneous cost of something. I don't know. It might have been slightly less, but compared to that program we discussed earlier,
Right.
the 1-year intensive.
Right. The 1 year intensive was like $19,000.
Yeah, I didn't have that kind of money. I don't make that kind of money in 1 year.
Right. It's hard to do that when you're a substitute teaching.
Hey, but I've got 3.3 or so years toward my retirement already.
Yeah, I had that too, but I cashed out of it.
Oh man, did you?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Who's dumb? You?
Yep.
Oh look, Shaker Heights. Gifted math teacher. Am I supposed to teach gifted math, or am I supposed to be gifted? Because I have the paperwork
That's
from when I
loaded,
was
there, buddy. I don't know if I'd. I don't know if I'd pursue.
like, which Greek teacher are we talking about? Makis Petratos, who was my Greek teacher of nuclear physics, or Dr. Ehrman, who was my Greek teacher, who taught me Greek and wasn't Greek? Which kind of gifted teacher are we talking about? Should say teacher of gifted students. Oh, it says elementary.
Is that
I'm
what it's
out.
saying?
It
Yeah.
says gifted math teacher.
Nightmare.
Hmm.
Well, I followed suit with you, and I need to be able to be away from home. That's my big problem. I can't. I mean, how is that even feasible
What?
for my living situation currently?
To do what?
To teach, I'd have to drop them off at the same uh,
Well,
school.
here's what I've noticed. Once you get into a school system,
Yeah,
teachers understand those things and they've worked together. I've seen many teachers picking up other people's kids at one school to take them to the other school.
yeah.
They work together to solve these common problems.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because I'm going to assume that you wouldn't be the only teacher in whatever district to. What, you can't ride the bus?
No, he's too close,
Which school does he go to?
Davy.
Which one is that?
The one that's too close.
Yeah, but how close is too close?
He has to be with less than a mile. Over a mile, you can ride the bus.
Right, but where is that school? Is that the one on Manaway?
I don't know the name of the road actually. It's the one you go up, take a right on the Fairchild there, and then take a left at the top of the hill.
Oh, I know which one that is. In between Fairchild and Main Street there.
It's 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, well, he's got a bike. So he doesn't even have to walk now.
It's not so much about that, but it's getting him off. I mean, how do I get him off to school when he starts at 8:30, and how do I go teach at uh, a middle school or high school?
Ask that woman down the street. She's got like 18 kids. Or 3.
And I think it's just a daycare over there.
No, the woman that had 3 kids that went to karate when I lived there.
Oh right, yeah. They don't live there anymore.
Oh.
They got the hell out. They got out. They said peace. We out. No.
But the openings are shriveling up. So.
Oh, for your.
But I see lots of part-time, if you have your master's in math, to go teach a class or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I know. Neither do I.
I was working on getting that. I would have had it by now.
Which program are you in? The applied program?
He applied.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about their applied program.
I didn't really care for it.
I mean, looking at the coursework.
It was like you could do like 2 applied things. That was it. Like either numerical computing or numerical computing.
Right.
And a stats stuff. That was. on it there. This guy's just about done, actually. He's just about. I'm gonna go ahead and dark wash them. Bits and bobs here.
Yeah, their program requirements kind of sucks.
What's that?
Their program requirements page kind of sucks. I'm just looking again.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I click PDF. It's no help. It's just a PDF of the exact page I'm looking at. Nice. Yeah, it tells you have to take 2 sequences. They don't tell you what the course titles are.
Yeah. Yeah, it was if I was at a different university, maybe I could have got excited about it. But I mean, who would I have to choose from? People who do numerical computing or people who do numerical computing?
You clearly could have done stochastic stuffs with the goofy guy.
Right. Yeah, I clearly could have done that. No, I couldn't.
What about Chuck?
Well, that's the thing is, yeah, but me and Chuck would have never meshed well.
No, of course not. Well, I've got a list of faculty here.
We both like to wear our socks with our sandals.
What about Dr. Khan?
Probability was. I thought I was going to be learning more tools of probability, how to better apply those tools. But it was all theory. It was basically measure theory.
Oh.
You know?
What does Dr. Chevotar do?
Modern algebra.
Oh. Whatever, I like that guy.
Whatever. I just based my whole life off of that.
No. Just if you had an option to take a class that's, elective, you could probably just pop it.
It's just not going to happen. I mean, they don't have anything there that I give a shit about. You know?
What about an Akron?
Probably just the same crap.
I don't know. They've got a full engineering department too.
Yeah, I think if I went back to school, I'd do something like astronomy or something.
Okay, Jeff Gritton Jr.
Yeah. What's the problem with that, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with him.
Well, I mean, I didn't say it wasn't. So when's the next time you're going to be able to join us in the live stream?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Actually, almost done.
If only there was some way
Some way.
to put like a grass type thing on that shiny metal disc.
You think grass? I think maybe use like sand or something.
Well, some sort of ground cover.
Oh, there is.
Nobody wants to see a shiny metal disc unless he's Saucerfoot, the lizard man.
I'll probably end up selling him for probably about 25. I think I'll sell him for. My, like I said, my fine detail brush is gone. I think. All right.
Yeah, see, Brown Mackie College is looking for adjunct math instructor.
Junk.
Yeah, I mean, how many credits did you garner toward that master's program?
Not enough.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know it's not 50.
like half, less than half.
You're like 12.
Yeah. No, I'd have to go like somewhere else.
Oh, I know.
I'd have to look up because I know exactly. My problem is I know exactly what I'm going to study.
What is that?
You know, I'm not going to get into it right now. But my point is that there's way too much paint on my brush. You know, um, I, I just like to find some place that would where I could do what I want. That's not going to happen. They're all going to tell me what I should do, and I don't like that prospect. You know,
Yeah.
one of those things. Doesn't really work for me. All right. So there's obviously other things that I can do to accent this. Let's do the brush. It's too bad it doesn't come through better.
Well,
I mean, It's a 720p webcam. I figured that would be good enough, but it probably is. I mean, how much? You see, if you go up to the 1080p, it's like all kinds of bandwidth. And
yeah, but I don't think my bandwidth can handle that.
right. And then, mine can't. Whenever I was upgrading my internet, I was like, actually, I don't care about download speed as much as I care about upload speed. Mm, I wasn't prepared to. They haggle with me about bandwidth, dude. Nobody asks nobody asks for upload. Everybody always asks for download.
Then they're like, "Oh, you're one of those people."
I'm one of those people.
Yeah. One of those people.
Yeah, so I'm almost done here. Almost done. Then I gotta make a decision. Marsh troll tonight. Uh, you ever have to make a decision like that, Bird?
Like what?
Marsh troll tonight or not tonight? Decision.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Right. That's it. I think that's about it. I want to quit there. All right. I still need to base the bottom and everything, but I'm going to do that at another time. So what I'll do is I'll post pictures of the finished products.
On eBay. Buy it.
Yeah, that too, but unformed, you can even call them product. Of the finished pieces. Post those pictures down. You can see that. There will be no mention of eBay on those pictures, though. They're not allowed to talk about your thing. So I gotta fix the tail there. And sloppy. But it's good. It's good. I could probably put another 20 minutes, 30 minutes into it, and it'd be pretty good. But it turned out relatively okay, I think. Relatively. All right.
You still have one person watching?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe it's me. That could be me.
Oh, here's a good one. Broadview Heights is looking for. It says algebra instructor.
Ooh.
Teaches college level algebra courses. What do you need a master's degree for that for?
Sorry.
I probably could have done that with my Ohio high school diploma.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We'll add it to the rest. All right. Well, nice shot down there.
Whoa, inappropriate. Apparently you're running for Congress now. Way to go, Wiener.
My credentials are all there now.
Mm-hmm.
Put this back on auto. Long metal. Hey. You can see what's coming up here. Huh? That's going to happen at some point.
Oh, what is that? Ewok?
It's a giant Ewok.
It's a flying, scary Ewok.
Oh, that's it. Well, thanks for joining me. Have a pleasant time. I don't think I'm going to be doing the Marsh Troll tonight. The next one that's on the books is the Marsh Troll. This guy right here.
I brought my own base. Just kidding. It's a giant washer, too.
That's a giant washer. I like using them. They work out really nice, actually.
I'm pretty sure they're the ones I picked out, and you said weren't gonna work, and then you picked them out anyhow.
No, those ones are already gone. But no, yeah, that's where.
Yeah.
That's where these ones. I actually like these ones more because they're bigger. You see how the gunk fits easily on that guy. Out of that piece.
Mm-hmm.
A little out of the. It's right up to the edge.
Close to the edge. Good album.
Yep. All right. Thanks again. Bye bye.